Oh, he cut his hair. Hello, 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 hello. Hey, hey. How you doing? It's gonna be a quick live. Tony, send me a request, Tony. You talking about that? You said you was about to be sad. Why? Why are you about to be sad? I'm confused. Am I losing weight? No, I ain't losing no weight. I'm, wow.
Sir Essex.
What's up?
Because I didn't know if you were gonna come over here, and you didn't say that you were coming over here. You just said, "All right, have a good night, everyone," and didn't say that you were coming over here. And I'm like, no, I miss like the most of the live. Like, come on now. I'm a brat. If you know I'm a brat, I'm a brat. Okay. If I don't get to come sit in your box, I'm a brat. But yeah, how are you doing?
Been a great day. Um, Birthday was great. I'm doing good, Corey. How you doing? My birthday was amazing. The weekend was amazing. I emceed a short film. That was great. I had little kids laughing, so I know I was doing something good. Yeah, Libra gang. You know what it is? Gang, gang. You know what I'm saying? Bang, bang. Whole lot, gang. Yeah, yeah. Let me stop saying this before I get kicked off TikTok. Um, you missed that live though. It was kind of it's nice actually. It was a good live. She has a lot of resentment and anger um that comes from her childhood. Um, I didn't ask her this, but I kind of like picked up on it, and I just knew that she had a lot of resentment towards her father, and a little resentment towards her mom too. So it festered up and went into her adulthood, because she had she had what, two baby daddies, three baby daddies, and she has hope. You know, she has hope in men, which is great, which is amazing. Um, but she's not. putting hope into the correct type of men, which is extremely unfortunate because it hurtful. It adds more pain to her pain that she already has, and she's a giver. She likes to give, and she's a natural nurturer, which I should have told her, and she's just trying to help nurture men up, which is kind of like in a woman's anatomy. So, it's like, you can't not be a woman.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean, Tony? Like you're gonna say she's like actually a really good nurturer. Like she was trying to give um ASAP, and
Mm-hmm.
the last guy she was dating that she had a child with, he wasn't working when they were together, and she tried to bring him up, and that didn't go very well for her, which is just terrible. And you see that so much, you hear about it so often, and I'm just like, that's not a task you can always take, um, especially if me as a man, I don't have a direction that I want to go in, or if I'm not doing something that's actively going to manifest in the future. I think that's the only time a woman should take on that role of nurturing a man up, is like when a man has an objective, or like say if he's like down on his luck but he's still trying to pursue his dreams, right? That's a different type of situation.
Right.
But just to take on a man who's not actively doing anything at all, and he's just completely down on his luck, I
Right.
don't, I wouldn't tell anybody to take that situation on.
It's a lot of caregivers out here,
Yeah, it's a lot of caregivers out here. What's your
and
question,
that's
Sophia?
unfortunate.
Yeah, it's like your nature. You can't not you can't not be in your nature. You can't nothing you do about it. But
Listen,
you got to
it's
be.
my nature, but I'm not doing that anymore. This
Yeah.
person has to have his own. He has to be responsible. He has to be responsible financially. He has to be secure. He has to be, just respectable, respectful, and just secure all the way around. Not looking for a handout, not trying to see what he can get from somebody, and is that also able to bring something to the table, because myself, I am the table, honestly. Um, I don't have a lot, but I have a lot of, yeah,
I can't hear you, Tony.
I'm blessed. I guess I'm just blessed, I guess, just, yeah. But I
Um,
am the table.
um, I don't know what episode I'm on, but I'm on a few episodes. I don't know exactly. Um, I don't know, but I'm on there. Yes, I'm on that TV show. Um, what does that mean? You are the table. What does that mean?
I do a lot of stuff for myself that I don't need anybody to do for me that I can't do for myself. Um, I can take care of myself. I'm a provider for myself. I don't need anybody to provide. Now, if somebody wants to provide along with me, then I'll accept it. But I'm not just gonna. If I have to do it by myself, then I'm not gonna do it by myself. I mean, if I have to do it by myself, I'll do it by myself. But if you're coming along to add to my table, and I can add to yours, and that's different.
Mm,
But if I'm gonna just be doing everything by myself, then what do I need you for? You know, that's I've been doing it for a long time, and I'm comfortable with it. But I mean, help also helps, you know. But yeah,
yeah, yeah. Sophie, I don't know what you mean by why. I don't know what that means. But Tony, you said what year would you play? You must have played a real bad dude. I don't. Just look up my IMDb. Just search my name and look up my IMDb. It'll tell you the year and everything. Because I honestly I don't remember. I really
all
don't
I know
remember.
is it's episode 6. That's all I know.
Yeah, just look up my IMDb. Like you'll see like all the movies and TV shows I've been on. You'll see it all. Well,
Or I think it's
I
season 6, episode 9. I think.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like international. International Movie Database. You'll see it on there.
Mhm.
Um, okay, I like I don't like the whole phrase the table talk, but I get
Mhm.
it. Um, because if we're coming together, we should be on the same table.
You're right.
Um, it shouldn't be your table and my table. Um, that's a sign. That's a bad sign, and from the start, if we're talking about my table, your table, we together. If we together. Um,
I want somebody to take that responsibility off of me.
what does that mean?
Don't so I've been I've been taking care of myself for double digits, okay?
Hmm.
And I would like to be with someone that has the same mindset as myself, responsible financially and responsible in every other area. And it's not lazy. Um, and then we can learn and grow from each other, you know?
For sure.
Yeah, after what I've been
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
dealt with, I told you about that. But yeah, I am not doing that anymore. I learned my lesson.
Mm-mm-mm. Interesting.
Yes.
So to have someone with the same mindset is key and have like the same things, all that cool stuff, right? And being open together. And I totally get like because in reality, who wants to work? Nobody wants to work. Nobody wants to work. So who am I kidding? We got to be realistic about that. Like, who actually
Right.
wants to work? Nobody does.
Right.
Who wants to have the best lifestyle? Everybody does.
Yes.
The best lifestyle for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever that means to you, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and however that lifestyle looks to you. So, in my mind, how can we create that lifestyle together? You know,
Exactly. That's where communication comes in.
we keep we keep saying communication, right? I think we need to learn how to. When was the last time we looked at the definition of communication? I haven't looked it up in I don't know how long. I don't even know what it is. Like we keep saying communication, right? But what is communication? How do we break that down together? You said, or am I late?
Um,
What you mean? Are you late? You're not late. You're not late by anything. Yeah, like what is comprehension? Yes, there we go.
yeah, a lot
Because
of people, yeah, sorry.
no, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
A lot of people, how does the saying go? You listen to speak, not listen to hear, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever heard that?
Come on, listen to understand.
Yes, that. Yes,
Listen to
that.
react. Don't listen to react. Listen to understand.
Yes, that.
What about
I have a problem with that.
it?
Because I have to get my point across.
Why?
Because I know for a fact when I'm right about something, you're not going to tell me that I'm wrong.
That's the death of a relationship.
Not in everything though. Some things.
But we're talking about a relationship.
Um, let's see. Okay,
It doesn't
so
matter what type of relationship it is either. Life is nothing but relationships. How about that?
I like that.
It's
I
true.
like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, are
Oh,
you two
how's my
together?
background noise?
It's better. It's a lot better. She said, "Are you two together?" This is my good buddy. No, we're not together. That's the first. I love TikTok so much. What's
I'm
up?
always harassing him, huh? Huh, Sir Essex?
She said, "Hope from Connecticut." Why what? Hello. Why what? What is why? You're not nosy. You're asking a logical
I'm
question.
just I'm just always on his live because he's taught us a lot, so that's why I'm always on his live
She said, "Why
while
y'all
y'all
not
not
together?
together.
Are you together?"
He's talking to someone and he's in a whole different state, right, Essex?
Yeah, I was gonna explain uh, her reason, her why.
I'm not his cup of tea anyway.
Now your reason.
Sophia.
Now your reason. Tony is Tony is
I'm not who
loyal.
he's attracted to. I'm not who
Tony
he's
is
attracted
Tony
to,
is
and I'm
loyal
okay
to
with
me.
that. I am.
Tony is loyal to me.
Yes.
So if you're not around, you won't know.
Right.
That's all
I'm
that
just
is.
kidding. I don't harass you. I just like come on
No,
when you
you
come on because I want to see what you're talking about.
Nope,
He
you don't
like them
harass me now.
fast girls.
Fast girls. What's a fast girl?
since we're talking, let's talk. Why is my sound not on? What's a fast girl? He like them fast girls. What's a fast girl? Tell me what
Hot
I like.
pants, I guess. What
What's
do
a
you
fast
like?
girl? They're saying it. They tell me what I like.
You know what? That's actually interesting, Sir Essex. I wanted to know what type of women do you like,
Hold
honestly.
on, no, let them talk. Let them talk. Let them talk. Let them talk.
Okay. All right.
Now you're saying that, yeah. This is interesting. Waiting. Yes, Neil. Who said it? Sophia. I'm waiting for Sophia to talk. Yeah, and, Christ is the only way. You had a comment too. First, her reason, her why. Are you judging me based off my name? No, I'm not judging you based off your name because I don't know your name. I just said it out loud, and I think that's an amazing. I think that's an amazing user tag. What's your name? Can't tell you. I like it. Keep it that way. Cool. I understand. I had a um I had a buddy that I gamed with for years, and one day I was just like, we were talking like we had heart to heart, and I asked him his name, and he was like, I don't give up my name, and we just dealt with it. It is what it is. Thank you.
What?
Yeah, it's like that. Some people don't give up their name online, and that's their privacy. You can't do
Oh
anything but
wow.
respect it. So you never know. You never know somebody's why, and you just respect it, and that's that.
Well, I don't
But
like
I'm
my
still
name.
waiting for this. I'm still waiting for my question to be answered.
I know, right? I'm
What's
nosy.
a
Let's see
fast?
what they say.
What's a fast girl? Since I like fast girls, what's a fast girl? And what makes you is it by look? Like what is it about me would make what is a fast girl first of all, and what is it about me that makes me look like I like fast girls? Is it the chain?
Is she still on here?
I think Sophia might be gone. Let me
Let
see.
me see. No, she's not.
She gone? Oh, yeah, she gone.
Yep. Yeah, she is.
Actually, I don't know if she's gone or not. She is.
You don't know what a fast girl is?
So, I mean, yeah, Sophia, she clearly knows. Like, what's a fast girl? What's a fast girl, honey?
Fast girls give it up real easy, I guess. They date a bunch of men all at once. They have sex with a lot of people. They just don't, to me, they don't respect themselves and they just be out there like that.
So easy.
That's what I think.
So easy girl.
Yeah, easy women. Yes, that. Yes, I'm definitely not like that. I've never been that way. I'm scared to talk to men, honestly.
Interesting.
Because every time I talk to somebody, I always get turned down. So now I'm scared to talk to somebody.
Mm,
So
interesting.
I just want somebody to come talk to me. But it's like that's not gonna happen. I guess I don't know. That makes me sad because it's like the people that I like, they don't like me. I'm like, I know there's nothing wrong with me.
Hold on. She answered the question. She said, "There's nothing wrong with you at all." She said, "I'm always in motion, clubbing, shopping, looking for the next baller kind of girls." What is it? What's the last thing she said? Always. What's the last thing she said?
Short and to the point.
Always short to the point. Mm. I'm always in
That's
motion,
definitely like
clubbing, shopping, look for the next baller kind of girls. It's a good one there. Um, hmm. I've dated one girl like that before, but she wasn't always about that though. She wasn't even about that. She's close to it, what you're saying. Hmm. She was close to it.
see, like that's what mean like, huh?
Yeah, I know. I understand what you mean. Seems like
Oh,
that's what men
seems like
like.
that's what men like. Okay.
Um, that's So that's at the time the one girl that I was close to it. That wasn't her. That wasn't all thing that she was made up of. But I get what she's saying though, 100%. Um, the time that I was liking those type of girls is when I was just trying to have fun, right? Those are from my aspect. It was just fun. I can't just say all those women are just fun because if I'd have had a different approach, it'd have been a different type of relationship. But for me, I was just trying to have fun when I was in that era. Um, but you know, are those the type of women that I like now? I can't say no. I can't say yes. But I'm not going to meet you at a club. What's the glue that keeps a relationship together? Understanding, understanding. Without understanding, you ain't got nothing. Understanding that you're going to continue to evolve. Understanding you're going to continue to evolve together. Seeing each other for who you are. That's what I've learned. Understanding
Mm-hmm.
of each other, seeing each other for who they are, and choosing each other. And you choosing to be loyal and choosing never to break each other's respect, trust, or loyalty, no matter what. No matter what. That's what I've come to in my mind. Um, Fast girls are always emotions, always shopping. That's extremely unattractive to me. And it's actually has always been unattractive to me for a relationship. And it's that's to me it can be draining. She said what episode, wifey? Y'all wildin'. Mm, 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 mm. Unequally and articulately perfectly spoken. Thank you. So, and that's what I need now. Um, it's probably one of my best relationships. The woman. she's my number one fan. I don't like call her a fan, but she's the best.
No, I'm not a fan.
She's not a fan.
Mm-mm. Fans are crazy.
Fans are crazy. Are they?
Fans stalk the person. I'm not. I'm not that.
I don't think all fans do that. Like I've never stalked anybody before. Mm-mm.
That's good. Neither have I.
Like, who
Oh, I'm
my
not
fan
like
though?
that, y'all. Do
Not
you
like
have
that.
any fans?
Do I have fans? No, I don't
Yes.
want no fans. Thank God I don't know. I do have a few ladies who just like send me random things. It's like, why did you send me that? I'm just whatever, you know.
Because you're so sweet. That's why, probably.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. I, mean, I don't know, but just I just take it for what it is. Cool. Thanks
Mm.
for the information. I have no idea, but I don't knock it. It's what it is. I don't understand it. I do understand it. Let me stop saying that. I'm being a jerk right now. But I do understand it though. So I guess I do. Hello, hello. Who's this? Send a request. Is this Emily? She changed her photo.
Good evening.
Good evening.
How are ya?
I'm swell. How are you?
Hi,
I'm
Emily.
well, thank you. Um, ooh,
Change your photo.
so what's the topic of the night
Oh, I
tonight?
know the voice. Okay. I don't
Hillary
want
and
to say your other
Tony.
name. Um,
I don't know.
We don't know what the topic of the night is.
we
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 don't have a
really didn't
topic.
have a topic. No, we didn't.
The,
We didn't have a topic. We was just
Oh,
chit chatting. Hmm.
we just trying to. They were talking about Sophia was asking me about what episode I was on, and she started talking about it's Tony, my wife, and we started talking about fast girls, and she like this woman Sophia accused me of liking fast girls who are always in motion and shop all the time. Um, they're always looking for the next baller. I've never actually no, I've never dated a woman like that before.
oh, you never dated a fast girl before?
Not like that.
Oh,
She was close to it. She was. You know what? I'm not gonna discount. She
what do
was.
people consider fast
She always.
nowadays?
She. When I showed her who I was, she started looking for the next best thing. So
Mm.
yeah,
Oh, so
Hmm.
she
but it's
didn't
also
appreciate you?
no. I can't say that. I did not appreciate her. I showed her who I was. Mm. We both didn't appreciate each other. We both
What?
seen who each other was, but we allowed ourselves to be in um, an unnecessary situation. Like I moved here. This is when I first moved here, and then I start paying all the bills, and she wasn't working. So and and that just made the situation more complicated, right? But
Hmm.
but yeah. So I was doing my thing, she was doing her thing, and I was looking for something else, and she was looking for something else. So yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, the definition of what I remember fast being is people who ran through a lot of other people,
yeah.
if
That's
you
what I
know what I
remember.
mean. Yeah.
Right, right, right,
So
right. Exactly. Um, hmm. From what I hear
I
now,
think
most of those. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
go ahead, go ahead. No,
No, it's too late.
go
It's too
ahead.
late.
Go ahead. I don't even remember. I don't even remember what I was gonna say. Go ahead.
Um, from what I
Because
hear, most of those.
there's like fast though, because there's some people that are fast on the internet, and then there's just people fast physically. You know what I mean? There's people out there that don't actually give up their physical part of them, but they can be fast. Sliding through so many different DMs, like you said, looking for the next best thing.
Mhm.
They don't necessarily have to sexually be fast, but they can be emotionally fast, I think.
For sure. When I heard fast girl, it was sexually. That's what I thought it was, you know. Um,
Yeah, that's what I was always.
Social media is like today's world, like social media is a business, right? And you can notice if you take a closer look at the photos and how they're portraying themselves, and you can notice like it's if you ever hear the girl when the woman speak, like you can just tell like how is she gonna be in real life? Is it actually her? You know, there's a big difference. Um, and some people just use social media as a tool, and you know you can be sort of judging a woman based off photos, especially if she's using if she's using social media as a tool. And just because she's using social media as a tool doesn't necessarily mean it make her a fast girl. Just made me think about something that's so crazy. Um, how we have a lot of people complain about women who portray themselves in that way on social media, and then we have a lot of people complain about those type of women. Well, then there's also millions of women who don't portray themselves in that way, who don't have a lot of followers, who have private accounts. And I was just fascinated myself, was just fascinated by looking at my followers and looking at how many of them have private accounts and how many of them have like 200, 300 followers. And I'm like, the math is not mathing all the way. Um, we're complaining a lot. I hear a lot of complaints. I listen to watch a few videos about people complaining about that when there are women and men out here, but because they're not in the fast life or in the limelight, we don't see them. It's like, are we all being fake and being delusional? Because there's good people out here, um, but I know I have a tendency to step over the ones that I should, the ones that could have been a good pick for me. I have a tendency to step over them, and I think a lot of other people do the same thing. Is my connection bad?
No,
Okay, 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 okay. Oh, you guys are just really listening. That was amazing.
I would tell you.
No, it's good to hear other person's,
I'm
it's
impressed.
refreshing. I
Listening
think
is
a lot of times with social media now, everything is under a algorithm, So the more you like a certain type of content, the more it's going to throw that type of content to you. It doesn't necessarily mean you know, portray yourself as fast. I know when I first started here, I mean, I'm speaking from experience, but from when I first started here, it was very shallow. Very shallow. I started, things were thrown on my For You page that were good looking chocolate men that I was like, ooh, hey, ooh. And then the more I dug deep into, their profile, then I was like, does that really resonate with my soul? No, I don't think so. So I went from 2,000 people I was following down to 200, but that doesn't
yeah,
necessarily
yeah,
make
yeah.
me a fast person anymore. Back in I was, yeah, like that's what I meant by like social media fast. I don't give out my goods, but I was portraying myself as somebody who could be possibly that way because I was liking content that was not, resonating with what was the inner part of me.
What made you notice that, or how did you notice that about yourself?
I think with my failed relationship, dig deep and see why I was attracting a certain caliber of people. And I had to dig deep and be like, why am I attracted to that type? Why am I attracted to that type? And a lot of women on here do say that they are attracted to the bad boy types. We overlook the ones that have meaningful content on there, and we prefer to like the ones that are, got a nice aesthetic look to them. You know? So yeah,
Okay,
I, I I had to look and see what was wrong with
you
me.
went from bad boy type to nice aesthetic look, which are two different.
I was going for just what I saw, and then when I dug deep into, their content, then I noticed it was just all the same type of stuff, and that's not what I was really, really wanting deep down.
Gotcha. Hmm. I appreciate you sharing that.
I would prefer the person that doesn't show their face and have content that have a message behind it. Now I'm looking more towards those type.
So now you're looking more towards inner, inner substance. Substance, what she said.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes.
that.
But a lot of people were, I've heard a lot of people say on here that when they scroll and they see people and they notice that their following is less than the people that follow them, then they think that, oh, there's something wrong with that person. And it's not necessarily that. From my experiences, the reason why I went from 2,000 people that I was following down to 200 is because I wanted to weed out the ones that obviously were not, connecting with what I really wanted. So,
Um,
and when you do start looking towards people that, have substance, you do end up weeding out a lot of people, you know.
100%.
And I'm not saying that there are not good there are people out there that are not good looking, that are aesthetically pleasing to the eye, that are not good people either. I'm not saying that either. I just noticed that, the pattern of what was coming up on my For You page was just all more what was, you know, shallow thinking, if a better way of explaining.
I think you explained yourself perfectly because you're explaining yourself for you. Um, you're explaining your mind and what's going on in your mind, and you need to be in control of your mind, and that's amazing. I love everything you said because that's for you and your mind, not anybody else's. That's I think that's that on that. Um, these the small photos, the videos that we listen to, it builds up and it goes to our memory bank in a way. Just like with corn addiction, right? That builds up into your mind.
Hmm.
You know, you find yourself doing unnecessary things or responding in different unnecessary ways or
You
looking.
should be very, very proud of me. I actually got rid of my rose. I was like, because I had a porn addiction. I did have a porn addiction. I didn't
You
want
gotta
to
say
say I
corn. You gotta
had
say
one. I
corn. You
didn't
gotta
want to
say
think
corn.
that about myself,
Are you saying
you
corn?
know. Corn, my
Yeah,
bad,
yeah,
my
yeah, yeah,
bad.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have a corn. I didn't want to say that about myself, but I obviously, doing my own inner healing, I had to hold myself accountable for that part. And yeah, that's I tell you, I think last week I was house cleaning and I was like, let's throw this away. Because if it's not there, then out of sight, out of mind. You gotta retrain your brain. So that was my
Hmm.
first step, was getting rid of it. I was sad,
She
but it had to
she
be
said
done.
what's your take on therapy? I think anything can work as long as you're willing to do the work. Um, like there's good. It's good to find out things about yourself, but then what are you gonna do with the information once you find out about yourself? Um, because I just like going to therapy and hearing all these things about you and hearing about your habits and hearing about your bad habits. But like once you learn about your bad habits or your flaws or things that are out of control in your life, um, if you don't respond, like I could use the example like of running. Like if running is a bad habit for you, and you know in order to get out of the habits that you've been having, the problems, depression, anxiety, whatever you've been having going on, why, whatever reason you're going to therapy. And from what I'm hearing, the therapist is going to help you break it down, but they're not necessarily, are they giving solutions? I'm not hearing any solutions or ways to work on the issues that you're having or how to manifest or break down the issues. I'm not hearing anything when I'm talking to people. I'm not hearing any of that. I'm not hearing any of that at all. Of how to do the work. Um, so I believe that from what I'm hearing from some people, therapy can be good, but the therapists aren't talking about the work that's required. Mm. How do y'all feel?
Maybe because they really don't know what would really work for them. Somebody can tell you the way that they think that things should go for them, but therapists cannot give you the answer to what you're looking for because the person may not be able to accept it at that time, or it may make them angry or make them feel like the therapist is judging them. So they're trained to not tell you what you should do or say, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I've picked up on. And then I'll also from what I'm hearing, what I've learned from um from my coaching sessions, um, the therapists also don't, they don't want to make you upset. You're their client. They don't want to lose their clients. Um, and that's one thing that's different about me. I don't have that worry. I don't have to worry about making someone angry. I'm
So, what are
You can
your
be a good
suggestions that
therapist.
you use? Like you said, you're not hearing a lot of people suggesting certain type of work to do
um,
to help you get it. What are some of your suggestions that you give some of your clients?
um, so one of my particular clients now, um, she's dealing with anxiety and depression. And the only way that you're going to fight your own depression and to come out of that is by making that choice daily and dealing with it daily. You're gonna have to defeat your mind. And if you don't defeat your mind, you're gonna stay in that depression. You don't retrain your mind. So coming up to the root, like she has a very big issue with her self confidence. Um, so how are you gonna work on your self confidence? Right? What do you find insecure about yourself? Accepting that, accepted her insecurities, found out where it came from, why it's an insecurity, and then we find a way to be secure about it, no matter what. Because in reality of it, if like say for example, if you're insecure about something about like your body, 9 times out of 10, there's somebody else who has that exact same body and there's somebody else who's confident with it. So we have this whole entire movement with people gaining weight to be thick, right? And the reality of it, right? Models are still models. Thick women are still thick women, right? They're both women on the both spectrums. People are going to look like how they look like. We can allow our minds to be swayed one way, or we can allow our minds to be swayed in the way that we are. So accepting yourself for the body that you're in, accepting your mind for the place that it's in is key. Now, how do we accept that? By fighting ourselves, fighting our mind, reinforcing our own mind, daily, daily. Now, there's small tasks that you can do, but that's something we have to talk about.
Yeah, I think that's another thing
Oh, I
that's
know that's
going
right.
on with like therapy in the clinical, like, when you actually go to a professional therapist, is that they are not allowed to tell you certain or give you certain things that might not be right for you. So it's hard for them to suggest certain things. Um, I had issues with therapy because, like I said before, it was I could sit there and talk about the situations that were going on or had gone on in my life, but they weren't giving me like step by step type of things to help me get over it. You know, like anybody can tell me anything, but if I'm not ready to accept certain things, then you're right. Like you're not going to be open to it. So it helps some people, it helps other people. I don't know. I think if you're on a personal level with somebody like for you and your, with what you're doing with a lot of your clients, it's nice that they can come to you and tell you certain things and you're not going to go on live and talk about it or, discuss the situation, just make it a general thing. And once you've established that rapport with your client, it's easier for them to open up on an emotional level so that way you can find certain things that can help them move on from their certain things that they're trying to get over. Like for
Yeah.
me, I had issues with like, I'm insecure about, my boobs. Like I see all these women out here that have big titties, and I'm like, oh, I would love to have that, but I don't ever want to go under the knife. So, every time that I would look at myself, and I know it's like inappropriate to talk about certain things, but I felt like I was in proportioned wrong or whatever. And in order for me to try to get over that, I had to be mentally ready to accept that, yes, this is the body I was given. There's certain things that you can do to make yourself look better. There's certain things that you can, put on that is more flattering to you, that accentuates it and makes you feel more beautiful about yourself. But having that, established rapport with your client, you're able to, give them certain tasks to help them with that. I like that.
So yeah, um, thank you so much for sharing that. I really appreciate you being vulnerable, with me and being vulnerable on this live. That was amazing. That's really good work, by the way. Um, I think the thing with me is that I'm not afraid to be vulnerable, and I'm not afraid to tell my truth. So that does also help my clients because I allow myself to be a human being and be relatable. Um, and we all have our things that we were insecure about, and sharing that um, helps that also. Um, I think like the thing about like with like your chest, right? This is the reality of it. There's another person with the same chest size that's extremely confident within themselves, and like you said, that's what you were given, and you were given that because for a reason. You can take a look at your body and look how it's broken down and the odds proportion. There's so many other reasons, or you can take a look at your family or and what they have and what you don't have, and you have so many other aspects to you that you should accept. And in reality of it, your body is beautiful the way it is, and the only reason why you even care about that is because you heard somebody say something about it. You would have never thought anything of it if you had never heard anybody say anything about it.
Great.
Because there is no comparison to you in the reality of things. And learning that, and then also it becomes something that makes me smile now. When I'm not accepted by someone, I appreciate you telling me that. I appreciate you saying that out loud, because I don't want to be anywhere that I'm not fully accepted. That one thing you say lets me know that that's
Right?
something that's lingering
Right.
in the back of your mind, and
We write it down.
I don't want to share any of my time with that,
Right. Right.
because there are people who are going to accept you for you, and that's it. That's it. I'm gonna be all the way 100 with you. I'm so honest about a body type that I like, and it doesn't even matter. Like, so it's just so crazy because if I can get the mind that I want and the nurture that I want, that's the only thing that matters. You want a teammate. You just want a teammate. Someone I can communicate with clearly and concisely with. Someone that I can understand. Someone that understands me, and that's it. You just want to be accepted.
Yeah, but
Anything
it's
else?
hard to find those people. It is. It's
Is it
so many
supposed to be?
men
Is
out
it?
here
I
that
Is it?
did
play games, and it's
right.
like
Is it supposed to be
it's
easy?
so it's
You
freaking
know what?
draining. Okay, we
It
all need our
is.
own Essex
Yes.
berry, and I keep saying that because it's the truth. Like it's frustrating. Like I said, everybody that I like does not like me, and for a while I
Right.
was wondering like what the hell is wrong with me? Like I'm not I'm not weird. I'm not like I don't know. I don't know what these men are out here looking for. I'm not an easy chick. I'm respectful. I respect myself, and I don't ask for too much. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
You
I
know
don't
what
know
I
who I'm
did?
not attracting correctly. I just don't know. I mean, I know I'm not ugly, but I don't know.
You know what I did? I did a social experiment on my page.
Mhm.
You know how everybody's doing these trends, these cap cut trends, and I don't like to show my body on there because I'm not comfortable with it. And also because I would prefer to attract a person that wants to get to know me over what I look like.
Mhm.
So I put a cap cut not too long ago in a full body shot, and it wasn't like I had a cute little, dress shirt on, and it was above the knee, and I had lace up heels on. And it wasn't like I wasn't twerking, I wasn't doing anything, but that itself was enough to get so many likes. And then when I
Mhm.
did the next video I had done was one that was more had substance, had something to do with family stuff, had something to do with my faith. And I noticed that nobody liked it. So that's how I learned to weed out the ones that I wanted in my energy field. If you're going to look at me and not read what the caption is on that video, and
Mhm.
you're just going based on what I look like, then I know not to F with you. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what I did.
Hmm.
Right. Yeah, I don't get it. I think I'm
Um.
drawing the wrong people or something. I don't know.
Um. Yeah. That's a good way to analyze the people that are around you. I think that's a really good way. Um.
I
But
think it's sad right now for men. Like, us women, a lot of us are so independent, and we have been in our masculine energy for so long that it intimidates a lot of men. So you're, for me, in my experience, I tended to not be able to find those kind of connections that I wanted with people because, they seem like they said that, well, what I'm supposed to be put in your life to lead you. What am I going to do and how am I going to lead you when you already got your shit together? So for men nowadays, they feel like they need to be more masculine than the women that are out there now, that it's hard for us to connect with somebody who is actually on our level. And
I
with
don't.
you, Essex, I appreciate that you hold yourself accountable for a lot of the things, the way you handled other, relationships in your past, and to bring awareness to for us women to be able to point out some of these things that men are doing to lure us in for all the wrong reasons. And I appreciate that. When I first saw your post, I was like, wow, finally a man who's going to actually hold himself accountable and say that what he did was wrong.
Sure.
It's hard for a lot of men to do that now because we're in this huge self-love trend that everybody is loving themselves so much that they feel like they deserve, something better. And they're like, okay, well, I'm not going to put up with that kind of BS. So next, when we sometimes shouldn't, we should not overlook some of those people and be like, yeah, they've got flaws too, just like I have flaws. It's all about
Um,
whether you feel like you're going to give that person the energy and your time to get to know them. And sometimes it just doesn't work out. It sucks.
so what I'm seeing, as far as masculine energy goes and feminine energy goes or whatever, um, I don't see that. I don't see women as being a masculine. Like, you can have components of masculine energy, but I don't see it that way anymore. Um, I see more so of frustration, and I see more so in anger. Um, and that comes out a lot when you have to defend yourself repeatedly and you're not being heard or not being understood repeatedly. And then if you're not able to understand that or see that as a man, you'll feel threatened, because you're not all the way fully comfortable in your masculinity and you're not comfortable with expressing yourself. So, in my opinion, that's what I see happens a lot. Because especially anytime you have a man that feels like he needs to bark back, that's a defense mechanism. So if you're not grounded and centered in your own masculinity to, especially simply just seeing a woman and how she's expressing herself towards you as a man, then that's a whole different level. That's a different conversation. And that's just what I see when I sit back and I'm observing. Um, and I think you can also see it, um, especially from men and women, especially when they interact. You just look at the small moments of trying to compete with one another and trying to beat one another down, and that's never going to go anywhere. And we're trying to compete with one another, but people are going to try to compete regardless because people want to feel like they've won something when there's really nothing to win or nothing to gain. Um, just by winning the conversation when we're trying to be on the same level, the same ground. But that's just my take on it. So if he barks, she's to do what to de-escalate it? Um, I don't think there's anything to do. I think nothing speaks volume, or staying calm and staying relaxed,
Right.
and or you can say, or you if you want to, you can call it out, slowly, calmly, and
Yeah.
collectively. You
Yes.
yeah, you can see why that person is barking out and why that person is being angry, especially if you understand this person or if you see this person for who they are. There's a reason why they're defending themselves. There's a reason why they're acting out. Leave them alone. Yeah, I don't want to be around a person who's constantly yelling at me. But now with my set of eyes, there's always there's always a response. There's always a traumatic response. A lot of us, we go into situations thinking, I'm not going to allow that happen again. So then once a similar situation happens with a new person or someone who hasn't done anything to us, but our response is to defend ourselves in this way, we'll end up we'll end up defending ourselves to a person who doesn't even deserve that. Hmm.
Yeah, I actually went through that situation not too long ago. I had brought up this is kind of a touchy subject when it comes to when you're in a committed relationship with somebody. You're at least for my position, I wanted to make the situation where I he didn't feel uncomfortable with other people that were around me. So I took away all of my temptation. I got rid of a lot of, people that were potentials in my life. And when I had asked him about his following, he got very defensive. And it was my first time even like bringing up the subject. His first initial reaction was, I am not effing doing this. You are not gonna and have not have another woman tell me who I can and cannot follow. And that initial reaction made me feel like, okay, there's obviously some past trauma that you dealt with an ex that made you feel a certain way. So you were extremely defensive with me automatically without, I mean, I didn't feel like it was warranted for you to, come at me that way, especially when it came at you in a calm way. So, yeah, it really sucks when you have to deal with somebody like that because they don't deserve that. But it is also a warning sign that shows that that person hasn't healed from a certain part of that, you know, past trauma. And it's up to you whether you want to continue with that or say, no, that's not something I'm dealing with, you know.
Hmm. Yep. Is it that? Yep. That's so true. Is it something that I can deal with? Is it something I can tolerate? Is it something that I can coach?
And I had to come back to the situation a few days later, after, meditating on it and seeing if there was something I needed to heal from the situation, what I
For sure.
triggered in him. And when I did come back to the situation, I came back to it in a way of like, can you please explain to me why you got so defensive? You know,
Exactly.
and still he got a little defensive again, but how I brought it to the table was in a calm manner. So that also helps diffuse, any kind of feeling of being triggered. He still may be triggered by the situation, but at least I gave him that option to be like, I'm willing to listen to what it is that you need to heal from. I'm willing to help you. Maybe there is something that I said that triggers you that I can try to change in a way. And, obviously further down the line, I realized that that was a red flag that I shouldn't have allowed in my life. It's a trial and error with human beings now, and it sucks that there is no, you know, right or wrong way to deal with people because everyone is healing at their own pace and dealing with different traumas.
So the first time he lashed out, so that time he lashed out, like what was your intuition telling you?
My intuition was obvious, and my gut feeling said, "Ooh,
Right.
yeah, this isn't,
Yeah, I
this
felt that.
isn't
That's
gonna work."
I
Like
came
no,
back to it. Like I came back to it because like that's what I heard. Like I heard you told a very good story because I kind of like I heard the moment, I seen the moment, I felt the moment, and that's what your intuition told you. And like tuning in to our intuition is so key. And like training ourselves to listen to our intuition in key moments is so key. Because if
yes,
you
for sure.
if you like that's one thing that I try to coach with my clients. Like thinking about key moments where you did not listen to your intuition. Like you won't be upset. You can't you won't be frustrated because you went with your intuition. You trained yourself to listen to your intuition. And that's the key. That's also one key. That's also another way of fighting freaking depression. Getting up when you're supposed to get up.
Yeah.
Training yourself to listen to the small moments where you say, do it. Gotta respond.
Well, they say you have a window between 5 to 7 seconds. If there's an idea in your brain, you have
Gotta
5 to 7 seconds to just, act on it, you
That's how
know.
we. That's how we gonna. That's how you retrain your mind.
But you also have to be careful with that as well because so many people are not healed in certain aspects of their lives that they're just like, oh, I'm just gonna go with that. And then you're like, oh my God, no, 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 I shouldn't have done that. you know? So I don't know.
I
I
know what
mean,
you mean by that.
you have to be really in tune with yourself, I
You
think,
went.
in order for,
You twisted it.
yeah,
I know
how?
what you mean by
Wait, what?
that, but you twisted it. That's your mind doing that.
Right, 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 right. You're right. You're right. You're
That was
right. You're
fear.
absolutely right. Exactly. That it was fear. And you know what I'm saying is like a lot of people do that. So you got to be very careful. So, but at least I'm aware of my thoughts. I'm aware that I do have that doubt always lingering in the back.
Hmm.
And if I can at least acknowledge that that's there and be like, oh, wait, no, okay, maybe it's a different.
For sure. That was good
I
wake.
know
Well, was
that
it
like
so?
with intuition, I mean, us women were built with it. We were given that gift
For sure.
and I didn't realize how much of a gift it was for me in order for me to be able to direct myself in the right path. But I had an ex that I swear, I was like, no, I'm the only one. I'm the only one. And I work as a travel nurse, and I came to this facility, and when I go to work, I'm like a happy, bubbly person. And I guess I came into work that day feeling off, and it showed in my face. And this
Mm.
nurse had come up to me, and she said, "What's wrong?" And I said, "What do you mean?" She's like, "You just are always happy. What's going on?" And I don't have a lot of people I can vent to. So I was like, "Yeah, I'm not going to vent to somebody I don't know, you know?" She's like, "No, you can tell me. Like, I have no problem listening to you." And I was like, she ain't, she doesn't know me. She's probably going to be the best person to tell because she ain't going to judge me based because she doesn't know me. So I had prayed about it, a few weeks prior to this, about this guy. And I started telling her my story. And she said, OMG, does he live here? Does he from here? And come to find out, this woman was his cousin. And I was like, oh my goodness. And then I also asked her, I said, look, I know it sounds crazy, but I just feel like, I've been given visions and dreams, and I feel like, the Lord's speaking to me and wants me to ask you a question so he can confirm this intuition, this gut feeling that I have. And she's like, throw it at me. And I said, I just feel like he's married. And she said, well, no, he's not married, but he does live with somebody. And I was like, are you sure? And I said, she's like, no, he's not. And then like a few days later, she came to me. She's like, oh my goodness, she's in a text thread with, her family. And I guess his mom had sent a picture of him actually proposing to this woman. And I was like, oh my goodness. And then she came up to me, she's like, oh my gosh, that's so crazy that you said that because he's now engaged. And I said, oh, the reason why he was engaged. And I never really thought about it too much, but it came out of my mouth. I said, the reason why he's engaged is because she's pregnant. And she was like, no, no, she's not pregnant. And I kid you not, 2 months later, I went back to that facility. She's like, how the F did you know? And I'm like, I didn't. That intuition was so built into me, and it was a way of protecting myself from going to continue a relationship with somebody that had painted this facade to me that was not even real. So when you've got that gut instinct, honey, please go with it. You know, I had so much confirmation in that situation that helped me.
100%. 100%. She said, how do I retrain my mind while triggered? Because right now, I simply run. Well, there's the answer to the question right there with your question. Um, you gotta stop running. Um, Understanding that what triggers you, taking the time to reflect on what triggers you will go a long way. And then you want to find out what triggers you, and then you want to reflect on and find out why you're being triggered in the first place. And then there's probably another something else that triggers that trigger, and you want to find out what it is. So you have a lot of reflecting to do. Book a one-on-one session if you want my help, because that's a long conversation, possibly. Um, yeah, so you got some work to do. You got some work to do for sure. But you want to reflect on the things that trigger you and reflect on why it triggers you. And then if it's people, if you can talk to those people, that will help and find out why they spoke to you in that manner or why you allowed them to speak to you in that manner. There's so many different elements to it, but you got to do the work to find out why, answer those questions, and then you really want to take a look in the mirror. You want to find out why. you allow it to trigger you, and then face it, and then see it, and stay calm when you see it again. You want to be at peace. I think that's because the reason why I started doing it because I wanted to be in power. I wanted to be in control of myself at all times. And I feel like being calm and being relaxed and seeing all people's um, responses and seeing people get frazzled and upset while I'm calm. Like I used to feel like I was in power when I was staying calm, but now it's more so I have more empathy now. Before when I first started, it was more for my personal joy, and for me to have power or someone else because they're losing control, and I'm just sitting back like. But now it's more empathetic now. So yeah. Anyways, um, I'm going to get off of here. Emily, Tony, um, Christ is the only way, Sophia. I really appreciate you all. Sorry for bringing all this up. No, you are amazing.
No, please. Yeah, definitely. We learn from
No,
each
you are
other.
amazing. Those were great questions. Sorry for bringing it up. That's another like that's it's a reason why you apologize, and you should find out why you apologize. The reason why someone made you feel that way. There's someone made you feel that way, or you allowed yourself to make someone feel you that way, make you feel that way. Reflect on that because you asked some amazing questions, and it's work to even ask those questions. That's amazing. So there's nothing to apologize for, and this is my line of work. So, oh man,
Are
I
you about
can't
to
even
go to
wait.
sleep?
Um, I'm about to get something to eat and create some content and reflect a little bit.
Oh, I was
You know,
gonna DM you, but okay.
not DM me.
Okay.
It's cool. But yeah, if you wanna book a one-on-one session, let me know. Send me an email, DM me, whatever. So yeah, cool beans.
Much love. Thank you for having us.
Emily, oh my God, you did really good work. You're so
Still
amazing.
working. Thank you. No,
Yeah,
thank you
yeah.
for your
I just
content.
gotta let you know
It's
that
helped me.
you did really good work. I wouldn't say
Oh,
that.
thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for helping
Um,
everyone on here too, because you have definitely helped out a lot with your just holding yourself accountable with your past relationships and stuff. I appreciate that because it helps me realize that I wasn't crazy this whole time.
you
You
know, one thing
know?
I appreciate hearing that. Um, I appreciate someone when every time I hear that, I appreciate it every single time. It
Well,
brings me to reality. Healing is the objective.
yes,
Healing is the
definitely.
objective.
Well,
So
thank you
I'm.
again.
You're welcome.
Well, good night, y'all. Enjoy the rest
Have
of
a
the
good night.
evening. Stay safe.
Have a good night. Have a good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.